Did you phone Michelle?
She's not coming.
You are?
She doesn't like being stood up.
Oh, Eck.
I know. She did leave a message. I'll whisper it under your bedroom door later on. It's certainly not a thing I could possibly repeat in daylight.
Well, that's it then, innit, eh? All my hopes dashed again, eh? I don't know. Back to the celibate life of an errand boy.
Would you mind not being a celibate on that crate? There's pears in there.
You plan to go on a date to the cinema, but they cancel at the last minute. Do you A, go on your own, B, call around your other friends to see if anyone else is free, C, decide not to go either and rearrange for another date?
No one goes to the cinema on their own if their friends cancel, would they?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, definitely.
I was talking to my partner here, not to the other side of the room.
So no one. We disagreed.
We disagree.
Yeah, but he wasn't asking you.
We're two living disproofs of what you said.
Sorry, Alex, you were
So it was a private conversation, yeah.
But you want to see the film.
Eh?
But you want to see the film.
Yeah, go another day.
You go another day,
Yeah.
OK. So, what do our stars on screen do when they get stood up by their date at the cinema?
I think I would possibly have to say... A. I'd go on my own.
I think if I really wanted to go to the cinema, I would phone around my other mates and see if they were free. So it'd be B.
I wouldn't go on my own, so I would try and arrange it again, so it's C.
So, Dominic, what would former royal correspondent Jenny Bond do if she got stood up?
B or C, definitely. I'm looking for inspiration here. I'm thinking C.
You don't think she'd go on her own?
No, do you? Jenny Bond? Can you imagine her walking in the cinema on her own?
No, I'll go with you.
We'll go with C?
Yeah, let's go with C.
C? She'd schedule another date? OK, let's have a look.
It's much more fun to go with someone, obviously, but if I really want to see a film, then I have no qualms at all about going on my own, so it's A.
But Jenny, apparently no one goes on their own.
You are going to be smug.
We were going to go for A, but we feel intimidated by the other side.
And the interruptions, yes.
That's because you're not as independent as they are, that's the problem,
is it,
quite clearly. OK, last question in this round, it's worth a point, and Anne, it is for you. Let's check into Falsey Towers and have a look. What's on the menu?
You done?
No, thank you.
Biscuits?
Would you care for a rat?
Just the biscuits then, please, Polly.
Black or white? Black or white?
Black, please. Is that
There we are. Here are the biscuits. Green crackers, digestives, Rivita. I'm afraid it's started to rain again.
You're away for the night on business, hopefully not there. And you need to eat. Do you A, dine alone in the hotel restaurant, B, eat a sandwich at the bar, it's less daunting than the restaurant, C, ring down for whatever's available from room service. Let's see what our stars on screen would do.
It's sad people sitting in a restaurant with a newspaper on their own. It has to be C, with a bottle of ice champagne, of course.
I'd probably go for option C. I'd just get what was available and I'd sit up in a room.
Well, it would be A or C, because I don't mind eating alone, or I don't mind having room service. Not a question of it being daunting, but so I would say C, room service.
Oh, OK. So, Anne, what would professional Yorkshireman Dickie Bird do?
I think he's a confident Yorkshireman. They make stout stuff up there.
I think probably he'd also like to see the comings and goings. He'd be curious. He'd like to look round. He wouldn't want to just sit in his room with the television or whatever. No, we'll go for A.
A, dine alone in the hotel restaurant. OK, let's see.
I've lived out of the suitcase all my life since I was 19, going all over the world playing cricket and umpiring cricket. So, it's so nice to have a meal in a restaurant on your own. So relaxing. So it's A.
There we are. So that's a point for you. So where does that leave us? Alan and Dominic with 1, Simon and Anne in the lead with 2. Round 2 of today's independent theme. And don't forget, you can play along at home too. Just keep track of what you answer to today's questions. Now, it's time to reintroduce you to the great British public. Please meet the firemen, the cabin crew, the Andram actors, and the Coast Guards. There's a point on offer for each question, and to earn your points, you'll have to predict how independent we Brits really are. Simon's team, your question first. And to illustrate it, let's have a look at this edition of the Money programme from 1987, when upgrading your mobile phone meant getting one that you could fit into a wheelbarrow.
One way worried city dealers and investors have been keeping in touch with the volatile markets is by using one of these, a mobile cellular phone, the latest and increasingly popular executive status symbol. Francine Stott's report on the future of the digital phone starts here in Britain.
In the last couple of years, the British have become all too accustomed to public speaking. Already there are over 200,000 mobile cellular telephones in the UK, more per head of population than any other nation, except the Scandinavian countries. Mobility doesn't come cheap. Whether you consider this to be an executive toy or a vital piece of business equipment, the price is upwards of £1,000. But an increasing number of people in Britain think the cost is justified by the time they can save when they can use their phone from anywhere in Britain.
No wonder she was in a cab. You couldn't carry it round on your own, could you?
Incredible, isn't it? And not that long ago, either.
I remember those bricks, yes.
Yeah?
Did you have one?
I had a brick.
And how did you carry it around, Anne? In a briefcase?
Yes. Yes. But certainly not in a handbag or in a pocket. No, absolutely not. Now, of course, mobiles are old-fashioned. It's all Blackberries.
Yeah, well, not in my house.
step ahead of
Anyway,
me.
you're looking to buy a new mobile phone. Do you A, research the latest deals on the internet, then make your choice? B, ask your friends for their opinions before arriving at a decision? C, go with whatever the salesperson in the shop recommends? Let's fire up our random selector.